Bonjour, Monsieur Mohamed El Kettani.
Hello, Mr. Mohamed El Kettani. You are the CEO of the Attijariwafa Bank Group, the leading bank group in Morocco. You are strongly established in Africa with an installation in 10 African countries. Today, you are opening the second edition of the African Development Forum. What do you expect from this event?
This second edition of the International Africa Development Forum aims at reflecting on how to increase the South-South cooperation. Everyone is looking at our continent now, and when you see the trade level between African countries, it doesn't go over 10%. This kind of forum is a platform for discussions and dialogues between economic agents that must interact between them to improve skills, but also opportunities.
How many people do you receive today, and from how many African countries?
We have 1,300 economic agents and political decision makers because agents from the political field need to get involved as well. And for us, it is a complete success. For the first edition, we had 900 participants. And since yesterday, even though the second edition only started this morning, we already have 2,200 B2B meetings scheduled between economic agents from 12 countries.
When you say economic agents, do you mean company heads or?
They are company heads from 9 fields of the economic sector. There is building and civil engineering, agro-industry, agriculture, logistics, transportation, pharmaceutical industry, chemistry, and parachemistry, etc.
Is it because the European Union is going through a difficult time, the Union which is the first client of Morocco, that you are setting your sights on Southern Africa?
We're not in a strategy Morocco-Southern Africa. We're really in an intra-regional approach where Morocco is a country like many others. When we invested in a dozen African countries by purchasing leading banks, our principle was to take each country's center for the other countries. That is the way to develop an intra-regional collaboration. That is why we organize, in the wake of our banking activities, this kind of forum, because it is our duty to bring economic agents and company heads closer. They can discuss or even co-invest in the region and create intra-regional added value.
Ce genre de forum parce que c'est de notre devoir aussi de rapprocher les opérateurs économiques, les chefs d'entreprise entre eux, pour qu'ils puissent commercer ou l'idéal co-investir dans la région et créer de la valeur ajoutée intra-régionale.
Vous avez donc 10 implantations.
You are established in 10 African countries. You also mentioned new investments. Could you tell us what is your strategy of development, and beyond these 10 African countries, in which countries you plan to set up your activity? Overall, what is your strategy in the south of Sahara?
En 2005-2006,
in 2005-2006, Attijariwafa Bank reached a critical important size in Morocco. It was legitimate for us, in order to create growth, to invest on the international level. And for us, international means the African continent. Because we consider that this model worked in Morocco. We have been existing for 110 years. We are the oldest bank in Morocco, and we work with small companies, but also big companies. We are also the bank of the middle class, employees, civil servants, and rich people.
Your strategy is to be a retailing bank.
To work as a retailing bank, but at the same time, we get involved in big projects, big economic agents. So we are a universal bank. That's what we hope to achieve for the country that welcomes us. We want to apply the same model that succeeded in Morocco, because we share the same social and cultural characteristics. In the country where we set up, we spend time observing the local functioning system.
un effort de bancarisation, donc nous investissons.
And we invest time expanding the network of our agencies to ensure the proximity with our clients. We diversify our products and services to work with small companies, but also the middle class, so they can pay for their accommodation and home equipment.
Today, what does Southern Africa represent in the activity of your bank?
20%, et l'espoir
Is 20%. We hope that in the next 5 years, thanks to the organic growth of the banks we bought, but also through new purchases that we expect to make in 5 years, we hope to raise the share to a third.
But it's a market getting more and more competitive because your rivals have the same Pan-African strategy, the South African, the Nigerians, the Kenyans. So is it a highly contested market?
It is a highly disputed market, but it also has a lot of potential. For Morocco, despite our efforts to increase our banking presence, we only reach 52% results, so there is still a lot of potential, almost 48%. In Southern Africa and the countries of the West African Economic and Monetary Union, or the CEMAC countries, this rate fluctuates between 4 and 8%. So there still are challenges in front of us, but I think the market remains open.
Are you currently thinking about purchasing other banks?
Absolutely. Our teams in the development strategy are always studying opportunities offered in other countries, and we have a roadmap. We're not in a strategy of opportunism. We are in an industrial strategy that is prepared, calibrated, and measured, and this strategy that we develop is supported by our shareholders and the board of directors from the group. In the next 5 years, we hope to invest in 5 to 8 new countries and pursue regional expansion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kettani, and have a good forum.
Thank you very much.
You can watch the entire interview on www.alqarratv.net.